We start with a horrible story. It all started with a man robbing a bank here in Albuquerque.
In the process of trying to get away, he kills two women. Well, today, he is supposed to learn how long he'll spend in prison for it. News 13's David Romero is live with the latest on this case. And David, we can only imagine how the victim's family must feel, thinking and hoping for, I guess the worst sentencing at this point.
Well, Elizabeth, both families are hoping that Jeremiah Jackson will get life in prison. They say it's because of his lack of remorse, and now he deserves to pay. It's been almost 2.5 years since the April 2010 crash where Kimberly Aragon Nunez and Janice Flores lost their lives after Jackson struck them at a stoplight. Now, Jackson admits to robbing the New Mexico Bank and Trust and fleeing from police at the time of the crash at Coors and Ouray. Now, Jackson's argument at his trial was if the police hadn't have been chasing him, the women wouldn't have died. Now, the jury took only 2 hours to come back with a guilty verdict. Now, the families of Aragon Nunez and Flores say they are hoping justice will be served at today's sentencing.
Jeremiah Jackson's a career criminal. He's not someone that just one day decided to rob a bank and then kill two innocent women. He's been in and out of jail for 10 years.
Jackson said he had robbed the bank to get money to support his 2 children and ex-wife who was sick. As for his victims, Aragon Nunez left behind 3 children and Flores was a mother of 2. Elizabeth, back to you.
Okay, David, thank you. That sentencing, by the way, is scheduled for this morning at 9.
The man who Albuquerque police say killed his brother to, quote, save the world, set to be in court later today. Now, we did some checking, and it looks like Zach Paget here will take a plea deal this morning. Back in 2008, investigators say he killed his brother and buried him in his family's basement. For the past few years, Paget has been in a state mental hospital and has not been competent to go to trial. A jury selection is set to begin today in the trial of a man accused of killing a baby in Espanola. Nathan Montoya is charged with abuse of a child, resulting in death and tampering with evidence. Back in 2009, investigators say Montoya admitted that he was watching Briandra Pena and picked her up by her ears, squeezed her head, slapped her, and shook her. Briandra died after that. She was just 17 months old. Investigators also say they found pot in the little girl's body.
Things quickly turned bad for one man trying to fish at Tingley Beach. He sets out to get some fish, but instead police say this guy was forced to try and fish out his truck. It caused a lot of commotion Sunday morning. Emergency units lined the roadway. Spectators wondered what was going on. Firefighters say the truck was likely left in neutral and just started rolling into the ditch. They put on wetsuits to help get the runaway ride out. Then a tow truck pulled the truck out. No word if the man was cited, but one witness says if it were him, he would be paying for this at home.
I don't think he wants to go home to his wife, for sure, because I'm sure that she's going to give him a real piece of her mind.
We tried talking to the man in the pickup truck, but he didn't want anything to do with us. Construction workers continue to struggle to find work across the country. A new report out by the Associated General Contractors of America of Labor Department shows that construction employment declined within the last year and even within the month. New Mexico had the steepest percentage decline for the month among 26 states. It lost 2,900 jobs. Washington, D.C. looks to be doing better than most states, adding more construction jobs over the last year.
A scary find at a state office building in Santa Fe. Investigators say they found asbestos in the Manuel Lujan building, specifically in the glue that's in the ceilings and the walls there. The state says workers can safely get the asbestos out, and they'll start working on that at the end of the month when all the people who work there have been moved to other buildings. The Manuel Lujan building is set to go through $18 million worth of renovations soon.
Ever wondered about electric vehicles, how good they are, how they work? Well, today some Albuquerque city councilors will take electric cars for a spin as part of National Plug-in Day. City officials will talk about steps the Duke City could take to encourage people to go electric. During a news conference at 1:30 this afternoon, it is going to be at the EV charging station on 3rd Street in Northwest Albuquerque.
And if you like what you see, this is good news. Chevy just discounted the Volt $10,000, which is basically a quarter of its price. It's gone from $40,000 down to $30,000 because not a lot of people are buying them right now.